Welcome to another episode of Randy's Rants. It's May 13th. It's fucking 10:18 at night right now. Just gonna bust this one real fucking quick. I got a quick little rant that I've been kind of saving, man, especially right now in these fucking times that I see with some of these youngsters and just people in general. I'm not just trying to exclude people, but also why is it that fucking now in these fucking days everybody seems they're fucking entitled to fucking something? Everybody thinks the world should bend the knee to them. Everybody thinks that people should get accustomed to them. Everybody thinks everything should be done on their time. Everybody wants everybody to get used to them and not them put a fucking effort. Well, you know what? If you're one of those, I'm sorry. The world will not bend a knee to you. It's not people's job to get used to you. It's not people's job to fucking adjust to your fucking needs. If you right. Let's get one thing fucking straight. In life, it's like it's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street, two-way street. If you want somebody to adjust to you, you adjust to them too as well. Don't fucking think that people should just accept you for who you are. You know, we all have flaws, but at the same time, we should all work on those flaws. How can I fucking say it? We should all work on our flaws so we don't have any flaws, or our flaws are no longer a flaw rather than just mere something a part of us rather than a flaw, you know, because nowadays it seems like whenever somebody has something, everybody wants everybody else to bend the knee to them. Like, oh, if they don't like me, then that's their fault. If they don't like when I do this, it's their fault. Well, guess what? People are gonna say the same thing about you, and then they're not gonna fucking try to put in the effort to maybe get used to you or fucking learn how you are as a person to like, oh, that's just how that person is. You know, yeah, certain people are a certain way, but at the same time, just because they're a certain way doesn't mean they can't change to maybe like let's say if you don't like when someone uses a certain word, or you don't like how this person acts, or you don't like how this person says something, you know, and for some reason that seems to be fucking that seems to be the part where everybody gets cut off, where people start cutting people off. Oh, I don't like when this person does. That's fucking retarded. If you don't like what someone does, let them know. Be like, hey, I really don't like that, or I feel uncomfortable when you say this, or I feel this, I feel that. Right? Let them fucking know so they can adjust. All right, and not everyone's gonna adjust. Let's be honest. Some people are hard-headed, where they think the world's gonna bend the knee to them. But I'm gonna tell you this: the world's quickly gonna show you. You have to evolve with the world if you want, especially to survive. If you want to prosper in this world, you have to learn how to evolve, have to change, how to get away from your comforts, how to break habits. You know, especially bad habits. You know, you don't want to be continuous. You don't be a disrespectful person, you know. There's two different, because depending on what you do, it can be taken as disrespectful. But also, if someone doesn't know you, then it can. Because let's say if you're one who's very outgoing, but also you're very open about a lot of stuff, like you don't mind saying certain things, you say what's on your mind. Some people can see that easier, can see that can be how can I say that can ultimately offend them and stuff like that. But one thing that I'm gonna put it on me, like there's certain people I can be extremely open with, and other people who I prefer not to be open with, because I don't feel that type of vibe. I don't feel that type of energy where I can fucking do something extremely funny or extremely gay, and then them not take it the wrong way. You have to also know who you can be a certain way with. Don't think you can be like that with everybody. You gotta go by how you feel, how you know that person as well. You know, there's sometimes I can meet a person within a day and somehow we just fucking click within that same day, and just like it's like we've known each other for already so many years. Where with others, it's like I can know them for a month, 2 months, and I'm still not gonna be totally fucking open to them, you know. And that's just how it is. I can't be the same with everybody because certain people are going to take what I say, maybe what I do the wrong way, you know. And it's happened before. And this is one thing I've learned. Like there's certain people you already know who you can be extremely open with, extremely funny with, extremely close with. And there's others where it's like, okay, I don't want to go down this road with you because you seem like you're cool, or you get a different vibe where if you do something, they might take it the wrong way and get it and have a different opinion of you, even though that opinion doesn't matter. But it's also a thing of common courtesy, which for some reason nowadays some people don't have. Especially when I work or when I go to the store. Like, if you're an asshole that uses 2 parking spots, or you fucking do something that's not courteous, like you park in the middle of the fucking driveway when you're at the fucking store in Wincombe because you don't fucking want to park and you just want to wait in front of the fucking store for about 30 minutes for somebody without being courteous to others, without knowing that there's other people that need to get dropped off, that like elderly or people who are injured like to get dropped off in the front, or maybe they're gonna get picked up in the front. But no, because you're fucking rude as fucking unfucking courteous to others, you're just gonna park right fucking there, put your fucking hazardous lights, and sit there like a fucking selfish fucking asshole. That's one thing I've also noticed that goes to all that. And and not only that, man, a lot of people don't have common courtesy, man. Like, seriously, it's not fucking hard to be courteous to others. Don't take that fucking double parking spot. Don't park in a handicap parking spot if you don't have the handicap sign. Don't be a fucking douchebag. Don't take 2 parking spots all because you fucking got some fucking car and you don't want it to get scratched. So you take two fucking parking spots knowing there's other parking somewhere else. But because it's close and it's in the front, you want to take 2. Don't be a fucking douchebag, bro. All right? You decided to get that car, not me. You take the fucking risk, but also don't be a douchebag about it, And there's many ways that this common courtesy to others is being like forgotten. To be honest, like, some people forget to hold the doors for others. Like, literally, just hold the door open. You see someone coming, just hold the fucking door open. Don't be a douche, But oh man, there's many out there that things that bug me that I see almost every fucking day, Not only the double parking or fucking taking the handicap, or it can be multiple things. I'm trying to remember at the top of my head, but I'm gonna be honest. For some reason, I fucking got a brain fart right now. My brain ain't working too far right now. I think it's because I'm tired. But I just want to go to fucking sleep. But who knows? But going to that common courtesy though. Not only does that common courtesy go in, the double parking or other aspects, but also plays to people's pride and ego. Like, fucking put your pride and ego aside, which I feel nowadays a lot of people don't know how to do. I see a lot of youngsters who fucking just don't want to work, who most of the time it's the girl that works. Like, bruh, get the fuck off your ass and get to fucking work, bruh. Really? The man is supposed to be the breadwinner. You're supposed to bring it. You're not supposed to be you're not supposed to be a lazy ass. Get off your ass. Get to fucking work. Don't be a fucking bitch. There's differences though. There's difference if if it only makes it easier. Let's say your wife makes more money, so it makes it easier for you to stay with the kids. Then by all means, that's cool. But if it's a choice that both of you make, okay, but don't make it where it's a choice you just make without consulting her with it. And let's not forget, fellas, there's a lot of people I see out there that there's so many places I know that are hiring, but all because you have a fucking ego, you don't want to go to work. You don't want to do this. You really just fucking want to hang out with your friends and fucking party and do some bullshit. Get your fucking ego, all right? Just because it's a fucking, let's say if it's a security job or it's fucking a janitor, you don't want to work, dude, just fucking get to work. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck what the fuck you do. And if people fucking, people tell you shit about it, who fucking cares, dude? Are they paying your fucking bills? If you stop working, are they going to care how you pay your bills? Are they going to care at all that your bills are paid? No, they're not going to fucking care how your bills are fucking paid. Why? Because they're not going to put money into you. So if they're not going to put money into you, why the fuck would other people think, what other people's opinions on the work you do fucking matter at all? Because a majority of the time, those people should not be on your mind. You should not let what people tell you get you down. Why? Because those people are never going to be in your life. And if they are in their life for that brief moment, who fucking cares, dude? If you look at the most successful people in the world had regular fucking day jobs. You know, as I recall, fucking Johnny Depp at one point was pumping gas. Literally. We're talking about Johnny Depp, man, one of the fucking greatest actors of all time. He at one point was pumping gas for somebody. Somebody would go there and give them 20, 30 bucks to fill up the gas tank, or put only $15 in their gas tank. Put your fucking pride aside and get your hustle on. Your hustle should be your goal. Your pride should be your goal. If you're prideful, be prideful of your goal and get to fucking work, no matter how long it takes you to fucking get there, no matter what you have to do to get there, whatever the job is. If you gotta fucking work a day job for the next 5 to 10 years, but you know within those 10 years you're gonna get to your goal, to your dream job, your dream career, or whatever it is. If that's what it takes to get to your goal, then fucking do it, because it's gonna be worth it in the fucking end. That other shit don't matter. Your end goal should matter. But again, that goes with people's pride and fucking ego. And pride and ego is not only in work; it can be in everything. Your pride and ego can put you through fucking tough times. You know, your pride and your ego can fucking make you, rather than ask people for help who truly care about you, your same ego will tell you like, oh, don't ask them for help, don't do this. And you're going to go through struggles that you really shouldn't have gone through. But because your pride and ego was so big, it made you go down that path. And it's crazy, because I see this more with sometimes people who how can I say, like with their parents, that have some sort of not vendetta, or I won't say vendetta, but they have some sort of not anger, but they have some sort of pride, where if they get themselves like, for instance, in one, I met somebody who had gotten pregnant at a young age, and for a moment she was living on the streets. And I one time asked her, like, hey, why didn't you ask your parents for help, or your mom? Because I know, no matter what happens, parents usually always have a soft heart, especially for the grandchild. And the response was, I didn't want my mom to say, I know you couldn't do it, or some shit, or something. But the thing is, she never asked. So she in her mind thought that is what the answer was going to be. But she didn't ask. So because she didn't ask, it made her go through a few struggles that maybe she shouldn't have gone through. But at the same time, I'm contradicting myself, because it could also be that she was supposed to go through the struggles so she can find who she is meant to be. She'll find her career or job that she really wants to be in. She would find that spark in her life. But at the same time, it's like a toss-up. Like, you made a choice whether to go this way or right. I respect she took the harder path, and she's in a much better place now. She's close to being in her dream job. But at the same time, you gotta ask yourself, she went through a few things that she probably didn't have to go through. She didn't have to put her child she didn't have to put her child through. She didn't have to do all this if she would have just asked for help and put the pride and ego aside. Like, if I were to have kids right now, I don't think that would stop me on my goals or my dreams, but it definitely pause it. And I would definitely put my fucking pride and ego aside, where whatever fucking work I get, I'll fucking take it just to provide for them, no matter what, because sometimes we forget, especially us young people, we forget how much sometimes our parents sacrifice just for us. Like, what was my mom and my dad's fucking dreams when they were young? What did they want to do? And let's be honest, like, ask those who are listening, please go to your parents and ask them, what was their goal when they were little kids? What was their dreams when they were little kids? What they wanted to do? Like, I know, I one time asked my mom. My mom really wanted to be a nurse or a doctor. That's really what she wanted to be, especially when she was young. And I found that really cool. And there's much more into like why and how she really never got to go into that field, because of life had it written differently. Things happened and all that, but I would love for you guys to just go ask your parents, like, what was their goals and dream, and realize how much they have sacrificed, especially to provide for us in many aspects. Like, you have to understand, some of our parents, they gave up their dream, they gave up their goal just to make sure you have a place to live, a place to eat, and for you to accomplish your dreams and goals, you know. And one thing that always sticks to me that some people don't understand, especially when it comes into life, you know, they don't understand. My mom always told me, and she always said it in Spanish. She always said, "Un día vas a entender lo que te estoy diciendo," which basically, in turns for those who don't speak Spanish, means one day you will understand what I am saying. And reason I say that is it goes back into life, where it's either discipline or, you know, the ego thing, where right now a lot of the things our parents tell us we don't understand until we elevate our thinking, until we elevate our knowledge. We will understand what they tell us. It's like a teacher. A teacher knows what he's trying to explain, so he's trying to teach you so you can understand him, you know. But he can't make you understand if your level of thinking is not up to par with his. And I feel that in life it's the same way with when it comes to life, God, or whatever it is you want to call, or whatever it is we want to call it. But for me, I would say, you know, we all ask God, life, why this, why that. You know, that life and God, they're never gonna give you the answer you want on a fucking silver platter and be like, this is what you asked me, this is what you get, this is the answer. That shit don't roll that way. Life is gonna make you think the answer. Life is gonna make you think so you can understand what it's trying to show you. Usually we don't understand when something happens now, but we understand 5-10 years later. We understand why certain things happen. Why? Because our level of thinking has leveled up to the level that life wants us to finally understand that it's showing us. But we don't understand until you elevate. That's why I always say greatness is one day at a time. You got to elevate yourself every fucking day. Keep growing. Keep educating yourself. Keep understanding the world. Stop being so selfish. So how can I say, it was ego. Humble yourself a little, you know. Stop being so selfish. It's always me. You know, I always say that in every situation. People say, "Oh, I this or me that," rather than look at themselves in a third person view or look at themselves in a different filter, saying, "Okay, Randy, what did you do here? What did you do wrong?" You know, rather than saying me, I'm saying it in a third person so I can see it, try to see it in another view, to the point where maybe I can see an error that someone tried to point out to me, but I didn't see it at the moment because I was being selfish, you know. But for that itself, man, I feel like you just elevate yourself every day. Read books, read everything, open up your mind, stop being so selfish. Also think about the future. Too many people think about today and today only, which I feel fucking it plays negative as well, because, you know, as the saying goes, if you try to live life fast, you will die fast, you know. And imagine if you're drinking every day, partying every day. At one point, that shit's gonna catch up to you. Next, you know what you got? Organ failure. You got all these other health issues. Think about for tomorrow, man. Like, stop living so much in the now. You know, it's good to live in the now. It's good to live at this moment. But don't put your 100% in the now, because that same 100% it can do some negative effects on you. It can put you in a situation you don't want to be. It can make you do things you didn't really want to do. You know, if you try to think for the future a little bit more, certain situations you will find out that they're not worth your energy, because tomorrow it's not gonna matter. If someone talks shit to you somewhere, you can either beat their ass, fight them, maybe get arrested if you're in public, do this, or you can just fucking brush that motherfucker off, whoever it is. Take it to the side, leave it like a fucking let it brush off you like a grain of salt, and move on with your day, because tomorrow you're not gonna see that person. Tomorrow there's gonna be no issue. Why? Because you brushed it aside. That shit don't matter. Everything you go through does not need a reaction. Everything somebody tells you does not need a reaction. The most important things require your energy, your reaction, whether it's your dreams, your goals. those require your energy. That requires your reaction. That requires your time. You know. But fuck, I fucking lost my train of thought at that moment, man. I'm still trying to get used to this whole podcasting thing, man. Because there's certain things I want to say, but then as I'm thinking about it, I'm also talking, so my train of thought just fucking goes. So I apologize if there's a big fucking gap of in this for me trying to fucking figure out what I was trying to say. But there was one more thing that I really wanted to fucking touch bases on. And to be honest, I cannot fucking remember now. And I had it on the tip of my fucking tongue. Because I had to, fuck. But, I fucking remembered exactly what I was trying to say. I remember I had a conversation with one of my coworkers today. And I was like, man, if I ever get to the point in life where I have to rely on Social Security. And let's just say for some reason my plans didn't go through or something, which is not gonna happen. I know if it's gonna fucking work. I know I'm gonna make it fucking work. I'm gonna get to where I fucking want to be. But if for some reason I didn't, I got to the old age and I started, I get my Social Security, my retirement, and my retirement's $1,500, $1,600 a month, two G's, whatever it is. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna go fucking live in Mexico. Why? Because the money lasts longer. It goes a long way in Mexico. I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of the times we used to go to Mexico. This is back in like 2008, 2009. I remember the last time I went. But I remember we met this. My mom met these American couple. It was I think they were like 65, somewhere around there. They were living. I remember. I think it was in Chihuahua. We were there. We were at a cafe. We were getting breakfast before heading out, going back, crossing the border to go back to home in Oregon. And I remember my mom was asking them, and this couple lived in Chihuahua. I can't remember the spot, man. It's been a long time, and I really don't remember. Maybe my mom remembers. I'll ask her, But every month they would cross over to the U.S., get their money from the bank, go back to Mexico. Why? Because the way of life is cheaper in Mexico. With maybe if you get $1,700 from your Social Security, whatever it is. Let's say you get we'll say 16. We'll leave it at 16, right? Right now the peso is at like what? 19 pesos per dollar. So we'll say 1,600. 1,600 times 19. That right there is 30,400 pesos. That's 30,000 pesos. That goes a long way. Electricity is not expensive over there. Water, I need to ask some of my relatives how much they pay for water. But life in Mexico is cheaper. With this, you can have a helper full time, 7 days a week, going to your house to help you clean, to help you cook. All right. If you don't believe me, do research, ask people, even just go see how much. I just ask them, how much does 40,000 pesos, 30 or 30,000 pesos go in Mexico in everyday life? I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of people, a lot of Americans, retired Americans that live in Mexico. Why? Because the way of life is cheaper. It is much cheaper than it is over here. I'm going to tell you that. And this is why, if I ever had to rely on something like Social Security, I'm moving my ass to Mexico to live a better life. Why? Because it is cheaper. Yeah, people might say, oh, but it's dangerous. Yes, but you forget also, in Mexico, they protect a lot of the tourism. They protect a lot of Americans. There's a lot of American communities in Mexico. You have to understand that. There's a lot of them. And a lot of them do get protection from not only the police, but military protection. Why? Because Mexico don't like when people mess with their money. It's like tourism. You don't fuck with tourism down there. If you do, you'll get smoked. And not only that, not only is the way of life cheaper in Mexico, it's always fucking dental. I think one of my brothers was telling me when he wanted to go get his he was gonna get some dental work done, which here the dental work for him, I think it was gonna cost a few grand. Over there was a few $100, but it was good solid work. He met a man that was coming down from Alaska. He was going to get a full reconstruction of his teeth. He was going to get a lot of dental work done. He had gotten an estimate how much it was going to cost up there in Alaska, which it was going to cost him up there about 30 grand. 30 grand in dental work. If I'm not mistaken, what he told me, if my memory serves fucking correct too, believe what ended up, what up there would have been 30,000. In Mexico was only a few thousand. I think he said somewhere like around 3 or 4. I may be off by 1 or 2 grand. But also, if you don't fucking believe me, Google it. How much are braces here in the fucking U.S.? If I'm not mistaken, they're at least $3,000, $4,000 for braces. In Mexico, I think it's like $100, $200. And it's good work. Really good work. There is, I think the place is called Algodones. It's close by Yuma. There, in that little small town, there's over, I think, 200 dentists and doctors there. And guess what, guys? You know how many Americans go there to get dental work done? Even eye doctors, too. You know how many doctors go, you know how many of those Americans go down to get dental work done? A fucking shit ton. Why? Because it is cheaper. Why? Because up here, for some reason, it's all about fucking money. You know, if you go up here and you get a fucking IV, I think an IV in the hospital is going to cost you at least maybe $100. They'll charge you $200 to $300 for an IV. And guess how much it takes to make that fucking IV? It only costs what? $4 or $5 fucking dollars? That's greed for you people. That's literally greed. But I'm telling you this, if you ever wanna retire nice and not have to worry too much about finances and still have money to save up and do all that, think about living in Mexico. All right, but I'm not saying go live in any area. No. Find a nice area. Find those communities I'm telling you about where only Americans live, and live a good life. All right, live a good life. Have a helper to come in fucking every day for at least 6-8 hours to help you cook, help your wife cook, help you clean. You know, maybe you get for fellas, maybe you're divorced or something, you get yourself a side piece. You get yourself, I don't know, your side piece is 25 years old. I don't fucking know. If there's one thing though, that shit keeps men younger, at least in my point of view, you know. But definitely, and also, don't fucking think that I'm going to have a fucking side piece when I get married and shit like that. No. I'm a person of fucking dignity and honor. All right? If I do that, if God told me, hey, I'm going to give all the men, like Moses, 7 wives. I'm cool. Hey, if I can provide for them, all right. Baby Jesus, he gave me the blessing. I'll fucking do it. But in these fucking times, you can't. You look like a fucking pariah. You look like a fucking perv. Which doesn't make sense. You get all these people that talk about God and all this, but then they fucking throw a fit when you want to have 7 wives. But yet Moses and all of God's apostles had more than 1 wife. Just think about that. I'm just saying. Just think about it. I'm not saying I'm going to go get 7 wives, but I'm just saying. Way of life has changed so much, and it's just, you know, it's fine. You know, I like this way of life. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, if I'm a millionaire or a billionaire, I should have 7 wives if I please, if I can provide for all of them and be faithful to all of them. Okay, but you know what? Unfortunately, we don't live in that life. So you know what? I don't care. I'll be happy with my future wife. Who knows if she fucking puts up with my fucking crazy ass. Shit, I barely fucking put up with myself. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna fucking shut it down for tonight now. It was a nice little fucking rant. I'm not gonna lie. This one I was kind of looking forward to. I kind of threw in a few ones that just popped to my mind that I could remember. But I'm definitely gonna try to add, put some more depth into it. You'll probably hear me repeat some of this stuff because I always say you always gotta repeat it though. But my next episode, definitely, I kind of wanna. One of my old classmates told me I should talk about high school in my next one, and definitely because I think my high school stories are gonna be funny, especially my senior year. That one's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, but whoever's listening, if you're listening, if no one is listening, thank you for listening. Randy's Rants. Greatness is one day at a fucking time, guys. Remember that. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody fucking stop you. Remember, God is behind you. You are fucking great. You are royalty. Remember that shit. But be humble. Always be humble. Always think of your heart. Don't do something outside of your character unless it's for the better. Love all, to spread love, compassion, understanding. But love you guys. Greatness is one day at a time, man. And fucking let's get it.